Hi there, my name is Slater Jewell-Kemker, and I am a filmmaker and climate activist. And I'm here in Paris for COP21 to complete filming for my documentary An Inconvenient Youth, which has, over the past 7 to 8 years, really followed the rise of the global youth climate movement and strives to tell the stories of young people, to tell the stories of the next generation who will be inheriting this planet and so often are shut out of conversation and debate really about the future of their, this is their life. To be honest, I'm torn, and I think I'm a bit more cautious than I was even a couple weeks ago. Some of my friends who are youth activists and work with organizations like avaz.org told me that they're heartbroken. They've been working towards this conference for 2 years, and a lot of the, I guess, kind of energy and people in the streets and people energy movement building, the bubble kind of popped after the Paris attacks. So I don't really know what to think. The only thing I'm certain of is that we need to do something now because there is no time left. 7 years ago, scientists were saying we have 5 to 10 years before climate change is irreversible. So I think this is a defining moment for us of, are we going to be looked back upon in history as the generation, as the ones who truly changed the world for the better? Or are we going to be defined by an era of selfishness and compromise for things that ultimately don't matter? It's very similar in the US and in Canada where I live. I think, to put it simply, it is extremely difficult to look outside of the bubble of your own life. And the idea of success, the idea of happiness is very much tied into almost like checking off certain things, having a house, getting married, going to college, having kids. And it's like the idea of success is not tied into how your life is connected to other people. It's very much looking at your own life, separate, individual, which is great. But at the same time, we are all incredibly linked and we are interconnected. For me, the first moment I really realized this was when I was 15 and I was at a youth conference and I made really dear friends from Bangladesh. And it was the first time where climate change and the environment and looking at my life from a carbon standpoint wasn't just numbers on a page. It was, oh, my friend Abrar and my friend Michelle live in Bangladesh, and flooding has become so extreme that there is now famine in an already poverty-stricken country. And really seeing that human perspective changes everything. And you realize how we are all inextricably linked. I think in the States it's easy to disconnect and it's easy to live as if you are in a bubble because a lot of mainstream media encourages such a perspective, and we're very much tied into a kind of like material goods lifestyle, and that's what we think about. And we're already starting to see it with Hurricane Katrina and the effects of Hurricane Sandy, and it's like, how are we going to react when we have hundreds of millions of climate change refugees? I mean, we're already freaking out over the Syrian refugee crisis. It's like when people start migrating on a mass level, there will be no bubble to hide in. So I think it's easier to not think about this. It's frightening, it's overwhelming, and living life is hard. But ultimately, I think it is worthwhile to open your heart to other people and recognize your place within a greater community.